nilikuwa nishaanza kuperform finje finje. That finje finje was a line in Nafsi's song. So Nafsi had done a song akisema maisha vinje vinje nafsi nakataa. Kama hii kitu ni kali. Kaambia swacha ni adopt, akaniambia ina shida chukua. That disappointment brought mixed reactions. Now in my next phase after high school.
Okay.
Because now remember, now I've cleared, my dad is happy, I have a B+, but we come with my dad to Nairobi University and we are told they're only taking 68 and above.
You're 2 points down.
So both of us are discouraged, but my dad is very happy that I gave him a B+. And now he feels I need to support this guy. And he comes and tells me I'm retiring, I'm willing to use my pension. You know, the pension is the money, all the savings.
Yes.
To take you to university. And he even tells me, don't tell your mom, go and look for the Egerton University. I want you to go and do economics. And I do my calculation and I realize I'll go to school, but I'll have no food and accommodation. And then I see the love now of my father. Now the other side turns. And I see this guy was not against me. Because if this guy, this is his only money after retiring. Okay. Because, you know, you don't have any other cash, you're not working. This is what the Gava was saving for you.
Yes.
Now you're willing to put it in a guy simply because I gave him the grades he wanted. And I think I began now to see my father differently. And at that time, again, it was very free. I was like, now if you want to rap, you can rap.
And change the
Yes. And because now I made him proud, I think he realized this guy is smart. And I've done my part as a parent, he has delivered. And that's now when I got into music. I was not born again, so I was still doing conscious hip hop. Of course, rap got into me. So I got into alcoholism. I got into drugs.
And this time you're in, hey, don't rush over this part. You're in Narok still.
Yes, I'm still in Narok.
So Narok, you spent a lot of time of your life there.
Yeah.
The whole of it sounds like primary, the whole of it, and
Primary,
Narok
secondary.
Home.
Yes, up on home.
Hey, okay. I'm waiting for your story to say that. No. So, okay. So, let's talk about, this is the gap year period.
2 years.
Yes, 2 years.
And that became my transformational transitional seasons.
Okay, and you're saying this is from 2004?
Yes.
Now, so, Nairobi University,
2006. So now we have to plan with my dad on how I can get to uni. Not tell my mom, just see how we can figure out, apply for economics in Egerton and all that. And then, so in these 2 years now, for me, I give some focus to music. And I'm like, this is the thing, but I need to do this thing. And
are you going to studios? Have you checked into a studio this time?
That time now, so my bro has the links of Sedo.
Yes.
And Sedo becomes big. And at that time, he's working at Southwest Records. And then he does a song, he records a song for Red Sun and Michelle. Remix ya Compare.
Michelle, my Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle Kwambo?
Yes. So your time, the name Sedo was a little bit big now in the market.
Yeah.
And now I speak to Sedo and Sedo tells me, Niaje, you guys look for around 5K. And I tell you that money, there's nothing I didn't do to get the money. 5K was a lot of cash. And you know, now you're working with a reputable studio.
Yes.
You're like, boss, I know if I get here, it's a hit. That's it. So now I take like 2 years of my life to have time that cash. And that's where now my transition begin. Because now I was doing hardcore hip hop and all this thing. And I get into...
So when you say you're doing hardcore hip hop, it means you unapata tu ma instrumentals from somewhere.
Ma still Dre, kuna jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Nur. Alikuwa na hizo ma instrumental. Wazuka tuona hapo tukimwambia tubanie. Alafu unajua kulikuwa na ile concept ya master CD.
Yes.
Hiyo unaificha pale title iko. Ikiscratch ni hivyo. Those guys lied to us by the way.
Nakumbuka hiyo kitu.
So that guy used to get us instrumentals. And so now what we used to do ni commit mtaani. Juu sasa tulikuwa tumeanza kukua ma groups, ma underground. hip hop, ma underground hip hop. Kuna jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Nafsi, kuna jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Fat Sam, mimi nilikuwa najiita. Hiyo time bado nilikuwa chief chef, bado sijaget. My brother alikuwa anajiita Jomex. Kuna jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Slice. Now Slice was above us. Sasa sisi tulikuwa
Slice ndio Godfather.
Slice alikuwa amerecord na Waire. So inaitwa Ni Wewe, tunaika chezo Capital. So Slice alikuwa mentor. Akikohoa tunasikiza. And then akaorganize show akaleta Logombas. So the guy was big. Yani everyone was, and then he had the vibe of hip hop, the look of hip hop, and then the guy was alikuwa amekramka songs zote za Tupac. So tulienda alikuwa Godfather. So si tukianza so ni kutafuta space number 2. So my bro akajoin na mzee fulani alikuwa anajiita PDG, wakaform ka group, na mimi nikajoin na mzee anaitwa Fatsam. So tuko najiita the NRK family, the Narok family. Then some guys began to organize some gospel competitions. Akina Juksi, my fathers walikuwa na come. So now that made me to begin to write gospel. I was not born again, but that was the only
But because you need to perform at this place.
Yes. And then your time ndo ilikuwa era ya prezo. Your time ndo prezo alikuwa ameshuka chagula tini na
CMB.
Chopa. CMB. And then also alikuwa niambia, hey mazi unafanana na umse. Kulikuwa nimekonda. So nikaanza kufuata swag za prezo. So nikaanza kuitwa prezo wa Narok. Kawana. So nakumbuka hiyo time my fathers walikuwa wamekam competition.
Oh man, gospel fathers.
Yes. Vile tu prezo alikuwa ameshuka chaguo latini, Kamkwajo, Godfather na Suti. Pia mimi nilikuwa na yangu, lakini yangu sasa unajua ni ile ya ini of black na black na ka Godfather, lakini nafikiri wao waliona niko na idea. So show ingeisha, lazima prezo akuje perform. So nikakaa, tumekuja na Fatsa. Kitu kwanza umekava chini ya ulimi ni makuber. Na ni gospel. Tumepiga kuber, then tukiperform. Fegi ikashuka kutoka kwa mfuko. Ikaangukia judges. Na tukasema si yetu. Na tuliafu kupatia number 1.
What?
We won. Now ile kushinda sasa ikaleta beef na bro. Juu hata yako na group yake sasa sisi ndio Narok finest. Sasa utatuambia nini na tumetoka competition. Na tukashinda ya kwanza, tukashinda ya pili. So now there was a rubber stamp. This is the thing. But the guy who was known to be a lyricist alikuwa anaitwa Nafsi. Alikuwa anaitwa Nafsi the general. That guy was a lyricist. Kuandika. So, lakini sasa mimi na Fatsam sisi hatukuwa lyricist, sisi tulikuwa mahype. Stage presence.
Performance.
Aunga kosa. Hata kama tunasema nothing. Juzonga ya kwanza ilikuwa inaitwa Nitowe. Nitowe Mola wangu nitowe. Nitowe Mola wangu nitowe. And so you know those give and take hip hop. So we killed the show. So we are now the gospel champions, but none of us is born again.
And you're not even interested.
No.
You're just interested in music, and this was a platform for music.
Yeah, platform. So whoever comes at least want to attend. But now that now encouraged me. Because you see now, going to a concert with people like, we knew Nafsi was a lyricist. So kujiambia, tulishinda hata umse. Unakwambia, boss, pia uko poa. So now we began to write and we became serious. So now my small room became the place where I used to rehearse. So tunakuja tu tunaweka instrumento tu ina run, mnaandika. Personally I learned because
na father yako easy, yako cool.
Sasa father umepata B+, na hiyo ni mchana. Ungetukuta hapo na mavest tumesweat. Tukirap na chupa ya Cobra. Kuna spray ilikuwa inaitwa Cobra. Hiyo ilikuwa nga spray ile Cobra na Yolanda ilikuwa inatumika kwa mazishi. Ilikuwa strong. But ilikuwa spray ya maskini. So umeshika chupa ya Cobra kama mic. Una rap, unapatia huo mse mwingine. You know, tulikuwa tuna hiyo kupass on the mic because again those days we didn't have many mics. So ukipiga party yako unapatia huo mse. So we did a lot of rehearsals. And through the journey there was a church that was open called Tabernacle of Praise.
Sasa hujapata hiyo 5k bado una ngangana?
Sijapata.
Okay.
So Tabernacle of Praise wakafungua and the pastor Kamau alikuwa anapea na opportunity. You know, like if you're born again and you rap, he didn't have a problem. We'll give you 3 minutes in the service to perform. So all of us were attracted to that church. So again, I found myself there for opportunity. So I became a member, but ile kitu na move, see church, opportunity. And the person now assumed because I'm in church, I'm born,
You're born again.
Yes. And I remember that December, the liberality on 24th, we went out. I remember mazetu tukalewa sana. And I remember in that December, I messed up with a lady. I didn't know who she was. Later, 2 years later, I may die in HIV.
So when you said messed up, you meant you slept with her?
Yes. So later, nasikia may die. No, not her. Around 6 months, a neighbor dies, and I hear that guy dies of HIV. And then story comes that udem alikuwa klandia umse. So I'm like 1 + 1 2 kwisha. And I'm like mimi na vision dream nimeenda. And I became sick in my head.
Whoa.
I knew me hapa sijatoka. Hata nikaanza kulose weight kwa kichwa. Nikikohoa najiambia ndo hiyo. And that's the time you meet with guys and they tell you, excuse me, umekata kwa 50. Like, boss, lazima mconfirm. And remember I went for a camp. It was a Christian camp. And guys were singing, because I was invited by a friend called Moas. Guys were singing, were sleeping there. It was in Narok. And my spirit was very far. And I told God, I want to make a deal with you. If I'm okay, I'll serve you. And so there was a VCT where guys went for mass testing. And ni maboy tu kuchochana, twende. Sio mimi najiambia haki ya Mungu, mnajua nini mnasema. So we went for mass testing. So when I tested, it was those days when testing will take 15 minutes. I tell you, I saw my life from childhood to where I was, all my mistakes. And I said, now, Lord, if you preserve me, I'll serve you. See, results zilitoka. Guess nilienda kusherehekea wapi? Kwa club. How men easily forget. Ungenikuta hapo kwa club, nilikuwa nimeondoa chupa. Celebration. It's my life. But I tell you the truth, that prayer that I made,
you remembered,
was so genuine, and I believe God had it because God didn't abandon me. So there was a big crusade organized in Narok, and they looked for a guy who sings. At that time, nilikuwa nishaanza ku perform finje. That finje was a line in Nafsi's song. So Nafsi had done a song akisema maisha vinje nabzi nakataa. Kama kitu nikali. Kaambia soja ni adopt, akaniambia ina shida chukua. So nikaichukua. So nikaandika hiyo finje and then I did the verses. So Nafsi was like, the guy was a lyricist. So the song was known. So there's a guy called Reverend Kisotu. Akaniambia kuna mkutano kubwa, I want you to come and perform. And I tell you, it was big. The stadium was full. So for me, it was my moment of fame. Narok must know I'm around. So I go kwa mbele, nimeko kwa makwaya, nikaambiwa time ni mbaya, let the man of God preach, then you will perform. And I'm like, boss, this is my moment of fame. So nikarudi huko nyuma, nimejam. I'm not even listening to the preaching. I'm like, zungu wametucolonize, they wametuletea Bible hapa. Umse amalize, anipeni uwe show. You know that, the way you have a gift but you are not mature.
Yeah.
So I was there. And the man said, right now the power of God is moving. Kajiambia drama. And God is going to open blind eyes. Kasema asuwanga wamelipwa. I was so argumentative in my mind.
Yeah.
That time by the way, nilikuwa nimeacha stories of faith. For me, Katho was not making sense. Hip hop imeniingia. Nimeanza kusikiza kina Nas na African Renaissance, going back to our African heritage.
Yep.
Black men are gods. So nilikuwa na budain through Rastafarianism na African Renaissance.
Yes.
And then that point of you must create hell to threaten men to come to this white man religion. Without hell you can't be afraid. Nilikuwa nimesoma ma philosophy. So nilikuwa najiambia history. Mungu aliniumba nichome. Why is he so careless? He hata angeniumba in the first place. Why would he create me then ban me? So I had those feelings. So for me, I knew this is drama. But I have that one song for fame. A gospel song to be safe when there are gospel concerts.
Finje.
Yes, and I have these other songs.
And how crazy is that song first? Anyway, but go on with the story, eh?
Yeah, so this guy preaches and then he says the power of God is moving. And I'm like, nothing. Then there was a blind boy next to me, dressed in Masai attires. And I saw him because he came out on 2 sticks. And in less than a minute, I saw them praising and celebrating. The guy had seen. And still my heart was hard. I say, ni aje, huyu jamaa akienda kutoa testimony, najua ameendea do zake. Because you know how guys are being called to testify.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy didn't go? I saw the people kneel down there praising the Lord. And I'm like, boss, hiki tunaweza kuwa ni real. Then I had a voice tell me, if heaven is real, hell is real. Because my contention was, don't tell me there is hell. Don't tell me I'll be judged for living my life the way I know how. You know that point of freedom. Let me drink, let me do what I want to do. Because hip-hop will give you that attitude of against and all that. But that language, hell, brings the concept of accountability. So that's what I was running away from. Deep down, I know what I'm doing is wrong. But deep down, I don't want to hear that one day I'll be accountable. So that voice was so loud. But I didn't get born again that day. I still went home. I didn't perform. I still went home. I remember it was on Wednesday, and I told my mom, nimeokoka. My mom hugged me. I wanted to see her reaction. I never make such jokes again.
I swear.
Because I wanted to see how are people treated when they get born again.
Yeah.
You know, and that was on Wednesday. And on Thursday, the pastor who used to give us opportunities to sing, well, used to tell us, you must come for prayers at least 3 times a week for you to sing on Sunday. So mimi nilikuwa naenda prayer kujaza register. Pasi sumona nimekam sasa Sunday ujue. Lazima niimbe. But that was my day. Because when the man of God, when we finished prayers, the man of God said, now we'll ask Brother Tony to pray for us. I felt guilty. I felt convicted. I told him, by the way, let me just tell you, I'm not born again.
So hold on. First of all, I just want to put context. Is your ID names are
Anthony Kaura Mwangi.
Yes.
So
when he's saying Brother Tony, he's talking about you.
Yes.
Okay.
So me, I look at him and I'm like, boss, these are elders, intercessors. You know, me, I used to come here. In fact, when guys were praying, me, I was rapping. You know, those Pentecostal prayers, munaomba mkitembea. So me go tembea don't piga mistari. Because I don't know how to pray, I don't know who I'm praying. But who pasi lazima one nikiongea. So
we're not practice my verses.
To keep it and even nasema thank you Jesus. So that's now the pasi. So I felt guilty and I felt convicted and I felt compelled. So I just broke down and they prayed for me. That was on 17th February 2005.
Wow.
Now news spread all over. Chief ameokoka.